Mark.
Yeah, we know he had a lot against Donald Trump, and that they tried to make that clear. Let's bring in Gregg Jarrett, Fox News legal analyst. Greg, with this Bob Costello revelations that we knew about, but never, we saw it front and center yesterday, what is the downside to asking him to be a defense witness, and would you do it?
I think, Brian, it is very tempting for the defense to call Bob Costello because he can look into the faces of the jury and he can say, this guy, Michael Cohen, he's been lying to you. He swore to me he kept Trump in the dark about the Stormy Daniels payment. It was all his idea. He acted on his own. His client had nothing to do with it. The opposite of what Cohen told the jury. And he also confessed to his then attorney that Trump's only concern was protecting his wife, not the campaign. Again, the opposite of Cohen's testimony. It means that Cohen has essentially been lying about the two pivotal legal issues in the case. And prosecutors, they know it. They wanted him to lie. That is suborning perjury. But Alvin Bragg doesn't care. He'll do anything to convict Donald Trump by hook or by crook, mostly by crook.
But Greg, real quickly, though, is there any risk to bringing him on the stand? Because, us watching it, and we're not lawyers, think that this would be slam dunk testimony.
Yeah, but you never know. Look, I learned the hard way in the first case I ever tried in front of a jury. And I called a witness I didn't really need to call, and the damnedest things came out of her mouth that she had never told me before. And it really boomeranged. Yeah. So, the other lesson is that if you're winning, if prosecutors haven't proven their case, sit down, shut up. Don't call any more witnesses.
Yeah, it's all about the jury, whether you're winning, though. Not whether
are you winning? If you're Donald Trump, do you think behind the scenes he's telling his team, we need Bob Costello on the stand? Because Bob Costello, Eric did a great job reporting on that, but he said so many other things, too. He called him a liar. He said Cohen's a serial liar. Trump never knew about the payments to Stormy Daniels. He's on a revenge tour because he wanted to be the AG and he wanted to be the chief of staff, and he was mad at Donald Trump because of that. He told him over and over and over he doesn't have anything on Donald Trump and that Trump did not know about that $130,000 payment. So wouldn't you, if you're Donald Trump, say to your lawyers, I want him on the stand?
Yeah, probably, but you really have to defer to the experience and wisdom of your lawyers. Look, I think it's beyond foolish to make an infamous liar your final witness to hang your entire case on it, because understand, when prosecutors call a witness like Cohen, they are vouching for his credibility. And they knew that he would be exposed as the habitual liar that he is. And, he was confronted, in fact, with his many lies, his obsessive rage towards Trump, and his greed, most of all. I mean, this is a guy who makes a living trashing Trump, trolling for dollars on TikTok, lunatic rants, yelling into the camera. Trump belongs in a cage like an effing animal. So, think about this. When Cohen comes to court, he's all dressed nicely, he's calm, he's polite. That's a con job by a skilled charlatan, and jurors, through cross-examination, are becoming acquainted with the real Michael Cohen, nasty, vile, and a loathsome person.
Well, we've been talking about Bob Costello. Everybody's been talking about him. He's actually going to be on America's Newsroom. It starts at 9 o'clock Eastern time right here. Greg, before you go, so ultimately, second day of cross-examination for Michael Cohen. He has done pretty much everything the prosecution wanted him to do, so it all comes down to, does the jury believe him?
Yeah, and you have to factor in to the calculation, Steve, this is a New York jury. They're liberal. They're probably predisposed to convict Trump without any evidence at all. You got a judge who's acting as a prosecutor, engineering a conviction. So, it's an uphill battle here, but today will be absolutely pivotal. If Michael Cohen is utterly destroyed on cross-examination, we'll wait and see.
All right, Greg, thanks. It's going to be good because they just got to sit there and just go at one point they want to establish his objective. His objective is to get Trump in jail. At first he denied it, and then they start building it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.